So, why is it so hard for you to start a new habit? Or at least stick with that one thing that is going to fill your cup that you know is going to help you show up as the calm, peaceful, joyful mom that you've been wanting to be. And you want to make healthy changes for a multitude of reasons, but you try to drastically change something, and then 3 days you're in and you're already ready to give up. And I've definitely been there too. And today I'm going to share with you the method that helped my sanity in creating better habits. So before I get into the teaching today, I want to just remind you that the From Chaos to Calm workshop is going on. So if you want to go deeper into building a God-centered time management system that takes your family priorities and your goals and actually puts it into a tangible plan that you can implement in your unique life, your unique situation, that you can also be flexible with, and it's doable, and it doesn't leave you feeling like it's just a long to-do list, and is also God honoring, because you want to honor God with your time, and you want to build something sustainable and lasting without having to sacrifice your family, your soul, your peace, or anything that just doesn't sit right in your heart. Then I invite you to come take my workshop. The link is in the description, and I'm going to teach you how to build a flexible time management system. And it's only 5 days from November 3rd to November 7th, totally free for you. And we're going to dive in deep. And there's also going to be a free workbook, and it's going to bless you because there is a method that can be used no matter what circumstance you're in. And you don't have to buy a bunch of things to start. And this is also God honoring, because you know you want to use your time wisely and serve your family well. So I hope and pray that you can join us on November 3rd through November 7th for the From Chaos to Calm workshop. So I will see you there. But let's get started. So I'm going to ask you a few more questions, but how many times have you tried to get fit or eat differently or start a side hustle or read your Bible more, or whatever a healthy habit, healthy discipline that you've tried to implement in your life? And you know that these things are going to benefit you. You know they're going to benefit your kids if you start, making these changes, but you tend to go all or nothing. Like, you're the type that, wants to maybe buy a program and buy all the things. Like, I think one time I tried to go vegan when I was in high school, and I bought all this food and everything. And then I realized I have to do a lot more cooking, and this was just not the right thing for me. But you know how it goes. You go on hustle mode. You say all or nothing, no excuses. And then 5 days later, you're burnt out and exhausted from trying to completely uproot your life with drastic changes. Yeah. Like I said, I would do this a lot. But then about 2 years ago, I read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, and that completely changed the way that I think about habits. I did not realize that I was thinking about habits in all the wrong ways. You always hear all this hustle and grind, no excuses. You gotta, just push through. And if you haven't read the book yet, I definitely recommend you go check it out. But he goes in so much deeper into the psychology of why we tell ourselves those things, and actually we're just making it harder for ourselves whenever we do go all or nothing. And so today the teaching I'm gonna share with you is inspired by things that I've learned through his book, but I have my own method called the Grace Method. And so you can start with these 5 things today, and it's going to help you create better habits, even when you don't have hours to spare, even when you don't have time for even a 45-minute workout. To be honest, I don't have time for that these days. So I definitely use this method in my own life. And if you only have a few minutes a day to dedicate towards something, that is more than 0 minutes a day. So let's just jump right in. This is called the Grace Method. So GRACE. And remember, whenever you're starting a new habit, you don't want to go all or nothing. You want to actually make it easy for yourself so that you'll be motivated to keep making progress. So just starting off with the G. G stands for grow small. So you want to grow small. For example, if you are trying to 45-minute workout, trying to do that, and you have not worked out in maybe years or since high school, just start with 5 minutes a day. Where is the rule of life that says you have to start with 45 minutes a day? Maybe you're in a very busy season with your kids, and maybe work is really busy. Maybe you are going through some health complications. I don't know what the situation is, but 5 minutes a day. It could be in the morning, it could be in the evening, it could be on your lunch break, it could be, I don't know, with your kiddos right before bed. That's always a good idea. But you just want to start small, and you'll see why down the line. But the next letter is going to be R, which means to refine daily. And this means to focus on just getting 1% better a day. And you're thinking, like, 1% better a day? What in the world? Like, I want to get 50%, 100% better. But whenever you break things down like this, just 1% better a day, and you're just doing the things that you know you can do, that you know you have control over, and once you've mastered that 5-minute workout, well, look, you can add, today I'm going to go 6 minutes, I'm going to go 7 minutes, and maybe I'm even going to go 10 minutes. And you slowly over time are getting better at just doing the habit. Because think about it, if you just did 5 minutes for 5 days, that means you worked out 25 minutes that week. And that's probably more than the 0 that you had in the past week. So just think about how that 1% compounds over time. And it also helps give you momentum, so you stay motivated to keep actually doing the thing. So the following letter is going to be A, and A stands for act in chunks. And this means to break it down. So let's say you've gotten to the 20-minute workout that you now can do from doing consistently 5-minute workouts. Well, maybe there's a day or there's a week that realistically you cannot get 20 minutes in one sitting. Well, guess what? You can just break it down into chunks, break it down into, like, I don't want to say bite size, but sizable time sessions that work with you, work with your lifestyle, work with your season of life. And I hope you're starting to see that, like, it's either way, the thing is getting done. The habit is getting done. You are showing up, you're doing the thing, and over time, that has been helping you to build this new habit. And so, like, 3 months go by and you're like, well, I've only been working out for like 10 minutes a day, but that's more than the past 3 months prior to that you were doing nothing, and you were just kind of like grudging yourself to, all right, you got to do this. And now you have a new habit developed. And so you're retraining your brain. You're also getting healthier. I'm sure you're also starting to realize that you are capable of doing new things, of creating new habits. And not only that, like, think about the effect that has on your kids and your family. I'm sure that, they're always watching you. They are always watching you. And so it's always good to think about that as well. All right, so second to last letter is C, which is for consistency. And I touched on this a little bit, but it's just to keep showing up. And the rule with this is to never miss twice. However, I do want to add my own nuance or caveat to that. Sometimes, some weeks, your period comes, your kids get sick, something happens. But the point is to just jump back in. And if maybe, let's say you were doing really well with 20 minutes, all right, you know what, to jump back in, I'm just going to do 10. That's still being consistent. That's still showing up and doing the thing versus not doing it at all. And that's still pushing through. And so just focusing on giving the effort that you are able to give, even if it's 5 minutes, I mean, even a 1-minute plank. I haven't done a 1-minute plank in a long time, but that is way better for your brain, for your motivation, for your heart to know that, okay, I put in this time and I know that it means something. And so being consistent, sometimes it looks like 100%, sometimes it looks like 60%, some days it looks like 20%, but either way, you still showed up. And that's like most of the battle for a lot of us. So anyways, the final letter, E, is to embrace the pace. And in other words, this just means to take it slow. So you are going to make progress, even if it's little by little. No one runs a marathon in their first try. And if they do, then they're probably crazy, just to let you know. But when you're trying to make intentional, long-lasting changes in your life, slow and steady always wins the race. Y'all, I just want to speak from my personal experience. I tried so hard to finally have a podcast and be able to do it consistently and do it well and intentionally and just with the vision that God has put on my heart. And so I tried to do all of this like even 6 years ago, and I started and stopped. I tried different things, and finally, because of this method and practicing these principles that I just shared with you, I'm able to consistently plan my content, record it, put it out. Is it perfect all the time? No. Is it messy sometimes? Yes. I had to record somewhere else today, and so I don't have an intro on this episode if you noticed. But the point is that I still showed up. I still made sure to spend even maybe 5-10 minutes working on the script, because this week has been really busy getting ready for the workshop and everything. And, life happens. So I just want to say that, not to, put all my dirty laundry out there, but just to be, share with you that, I go through the same stress, the same life happening events, things like that. And so I'm still a work in progress, and thankfully we'll never reach perfection on this side of heaven. So I just want to share that with you. But I hope that you can take, what you learned today and start fresh with a healthy habit that you've been maybe praying about, you've been wanting to go for it, maybe God has put it on your heart, or maybe you've even feel convicted about it. So if you want to dive deeper on this topic and how to set up your own flexible time management system as a single mom, again, join us on November 3rd for the free Chaos to Calm workshop. The link is in the description to join. And again, the workshop is totally free for you, and the workshop is only going to be available during November 3rd through November 7th. So you're definitely not going to want to miss out. I have only planned for it to come out that week. I'm not sure if I will be extending it or whatever the case may be. So make sure to join us. Link is in the description. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen. Feel free to leave me a review and share with any other moms who could use the encouragement. And I hope you have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.